Hey Twin Lakes, Jim Keithley once again. Today's questions has to do with swing thoughts. We've had 2 or 3 questions regarding this topic, so we're going to dive right into it. One question was, how many swing thoughts can I handle at once? Okay, another question was, what should I be thinking about when I'm over the golf ball, whether or not I'm playing or at the practice range? So let's dive right into the idea of swing thoughts. Come back and we'll talk about it.
All right, swing thoughts. How many swing thoughts should I have? Who knows, right? No clue. Swing thoughts are a really scary topic. And it would be very naive for me to stand up here and tell you that I don't want you thinking about anything. Okay? Because as an instructor, I'm giving you a lot of information that you have to filter through your head, and you're going to have to pick out pieces and figure out a way that you learn, okay, that's going to help you prioritize and strategize the way in which you think you're going to get better. So I'm going to do a little Jedi mind trick. I'm not even going to talk about swing thoughts, okay? We're going to simplify it. Instead of swing thoughts or mechanics, we're going to talk just about skill, okay? And this is the way I want you to think. Stop thinking about your golf swing. Let me worry about your golf swing, and you start worrying about skill. The facts are, if you can hit the center of the club face more often, and if you can interact with the ground properly more often, you're going to get better every single time, okay? But you have to be able to put things into place. I call them measurables, okay? And you have to be able to measure them. Are you a toe person? Do you hit the ball on the toe more often? Do you hit the ball on the heel more often, or do you find the center more often? Most people hit it all over the face, right? And where we hit the ball on this club face really influences the evidence of the golf ball, right? So if you're a slicer, maybe it's because you hit it on the toe every time. I don't know. If you were a heel guy, maybe you're pulling it, okay? And if you hit it in the middle and you hit that perfect shot, maybe it's because you hit the center of the club face that time. So research tells us this. We can have a very repeatable golf swing, and most people do, because you don't know any better. We can have a very repeatable golf swing, but be very inconsistent on what the golf ball does, just based on centerness of contact. I have face tape on this club, and you can see where that ball is right there. That just happens to be 2 7-irons that I hit, okay? Those balls could slice, or they could cut, or they could hook, or they could fade, but they're going to be very consistent based on a repeatable impact, okay? So the king of all skill is, can you find the center of the club face? First thing you need to ask yourself is, who are you? Are you a toe person, or a heel person, or a center person? Here's a little drill to help you out. So I've said it many times, all you need to do to get better at golf, and the resources that you need, are some tees, an alignment rod, maybe some face tape, or even instead of face tape, you can go to CVS and get some foot spray, and it does the same thing. We can spray our face, and when we do that, what we're looking for is this measurable called centerness of contact. And here's a great drill for that. 2 tees. Golf ball is right here. I'm going to put the first tee that's closest to where you're standing on a 45-degree angle. I'm going to take the second tee and put it straight up and down at a 90-degree angle. And that gate should provide you just enough room to hit it so where your club face passes through. Now you may need to experiment with this, okay? That gives me just enough room to pass through. Now, once we hit this golf ball, if you hit the outside tee, that's going to be a heel hit, okay? Just makes sense if the ball is here and you hit the outside tee. If you hit the inside tee and the tee's now out there, that's going to be a toe hit. So it takes all of the guesswork out of it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put face tape on my club. I have a 7-iron here, okay? I don't know if you can see this from this vantage point, but I also have a tee that's buried into the ground about 6 inches behind my ball, okay? That's going to give us a low point measurement, which we're not really talking about today, but just go out to the driving range and hit shots, and all we're doing is clearing our head, not thinking about a swing thought or technique. We're just trying to pass through the gate, seeing where we impact the face. Okay, so the tees are still there, so I know I did something correct. Okay, and as you can see, high on the face, pretty much in the middle, and just repeat that. You'll find out that you're going to have a hard time passing through this, and you'll either be a toe person or a heel person. But before we start to talk about consistency of ball flight, we need to make sure that we're much more conditioned and repeatable on hitting that club face right in the middle every time.
So what I'm demonstrating here is something called variable training. First, we need to figure out who you are. When you strike balls, record if you're hitting it on the toe, in the heel, or all over the face and consistently. You'll be pleasantly surprised to know that you are, even though you're inconsistent, you're consistently inconsistent. What I'm showing you here is I'm striking 3 balls. I'm purposely trying to hit 1 in the center of the club face, 1 on the toe of the club face, and then on the third, 1 on the heel. This takes skill and not technique. And what you'll find is if you can move that ball all around the club face, you're going to be able to find the center more often. Variable training, give it a shot. What I'm demonstrating in this example is just taking 3 golf balls and dumbing it down, having no swing thoughts, and just simply trying to find the center of the club face on 3 consecutive shots. My only goal is to find the middle. This is more block training, being very specific, but giving very specific measurables. And our goal is to find the middle 3 times in a row. So I did the old Jedi mind trick and I didn't even answer the question. The question was more about swing thoughts and I just flipped it. Don't have swing thoughts. Let me worry about geometry and physics, okay? What I want you to think about is kindergarten math, just finding the center of the club face. That's a skill, that's not a technique. Couple different ways. Variable training, learn to hit the toe purposely, learn to hit the heel purposely. If you can do that, you can find the center. Nothing about this is easy. Nothing, okay? Believe me, teaching the game of golf is so difficult. Playing the game of golf is equally as hard. If you're working on something, you need to think in terms of a year from now. Not a month, not a day, not a week, 1 year. It's like weight loss. If you have 15 pounds to lose, you want to lose 15 pounds by next year at this time. Don't try to lose it in a month. It's too hard and you'll give up on it. Okay? But the thing to do is, the easiest route is to dumb this stuff down, work on skills, not technique, work on low point, sound, functionality, And the king of all skill is centerness of contact. Find the center of the club face. Your ball not necessarily will go straighter more often, but it will be more repeatable and more consistent, and that's all we're looking for. Hope it makes sense. I love this topic matter. If you have any questions, let me know. One day closer to being on the other side, Twin Lakes. Keep your head up, stay strong, stay safe. See you next time.